Okay, so the new update for Sonic Frontiers came out this week. Now, I'm just gonna say it. We're all thinking it. I'm a prophet. I'm a genius. I came up with the whole thing with collecting the music notes in the world, and then what does Sega do for Update 1? What does Sonic Team do? They put music notes in the world. I gotta appreciate them, because their song choices have all been pretty good so far. I haven't collected them all, and I'm not spoiling myself on them, but I appreciate that they're there, and it really adds a new tone to the game, and it's pretty nice that they exist, and it gives you a substantial collectible that you can actually get in the open world, because I'm not saying that, the gears and the stuff that you want to use to unlock levels, like, those are kind of finite, and it's like, oh, so you unlock a level. Like, that's not something that actually interacts with the open world. And even the music notes don't really interact with the open world, but they are still something that's substantial to find that gives you something that you can use in the open world without having to go into a level to do anything with them, which I think is pretty cool. All the other ones, like leveling up with the cocos and with the fruit, that's like fine. Like, those seem like things that you would find in most other things, but the music is a very specifically Sonic thing. Like, how good it is and how much it's revered is a strictly Sonic thing. If you collected music in Assassin's Creed, nobody would care. Like, who really knows about the music in Assassin's Creed 3 versus Assassin's Creed Black Flag? Like, not a lot of people. But if you say, hey, I just found City Escape, that's gonna be something that draws people attention. Not everyone likes City Escape because it's kind of campy, but most, like 95% of people are gonna be like, okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I like that it gives a lot of substantial stuff to the open world. I don't like that you just kind of find them. Like, my idea was something more like Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, even something like Sonic Lost World, the little bell that you find that turns into a red ring. Just something like that where you, like, get it, and then it, like, moves forward, and then you touch it again, and then it moves more forward until eventually you get the thing that you want. Just because, and then that fits with Sonic because Sonic runs fast. You could actually make a fun little path for that. But they didn't. They just kind of put it on the map. And it would have been so cool because, like, it could play the first few notes, like, of the song, or, like, it could play, like, a whole, like, measure of the song. And then, like, you just go through each note. It'd be pretty great, in my opinion. It would be pretty cool. But like I said, what we got now is good, just because it gives you something to collect, and it gets people a chance to listen to all these, like, apparently there's like 40 or 50 songs. Like, that's a lot, and it's not even songs from the game. Like, there's, like, I think there might be a few that you could pick. You just pick the default. I don't think you can actually pick, like, songs from the game itself, which is something that, like, Mario Odyssey lets you do, where you can change the music to any music that's in the game itself. But this one instead is like, Sonic has a lot of music from the past 30 years. Jeez, this franchise is old. But let's go ahead and just use those as collectibles, and I'm all for it. Just keep doing that, Sega. Everyone loves that. Everyone loved that in Sonic Generations when you did it. Everyone loves callbacks to the music. Just keep that going. It's pretty great. I'm gonna briefly touch on photo mode because it's pretty cool. It's useful for me personally because I get to make a whole bunch of thumbnails, and that's pretty rad. But for other people, you'll be able to see a lot of cool screenshots on, like, Twitter and Reddit, because people really like taking those things and being like, wow, this game looks so gorgeous, or this game is so cool. This video is unscripted, can you tell? But yeah, I like the idea of a photo mode. I think most games have just kind of accepted that photo mode is just kind of a thing that you have. Like, again, Mario Odyssey, I bring that one up, but then it's like, things like Spider-Man PS4 have like having a really in-depth photo mode. It's just cool. It's just a nice little nod. I get the feeling things like these music notes and the photo mode and stuff are things that were probably meant to be in the main game, but they probably had some, like, time restraints, and they were like, all right, we can cut those and add them in later. And hey, they added them in later, and they're pretty cool. Something else that was probably also in the game was the boss rush, or I guess it's not boss rush, it's more like battle rush, because you fight enemies that aren't bosses. But basically the boss rush in this game is just that you fight every enemy on each island until eventually you beat all 5 of them. Or I guess, is it 5? I don't know if Raya has one for that, because you don't really fight anybody new on Raya Island. But if it's just 4, that's fine too. And then you get to the end, and then the final one is like a gauntlet that you go through all of the enemies in the whole game. And when you get S rank on that, then you unlock extreme mode for the whole game. And that's pretty cool. Although I think you might need to also do the other mode that they added, which is just Cyberspace Rush, I believe? Cyber Rush? I don't know the exact term for it. But basically, it's the exact same thing, except for you're going through each cyberspace level as fast as you can. I'm assuming, again, Rhea's not there. Rhea doesn't never. It was a story island. It was just a story island. But I can't imagine them actually putting anything Rhea Island related in the other two modes because it didn't really have anything that relates to those two things. Anyway, I like that all these new modes are here. I haven't grinded them all out yet because I'm an adult with a 40-hour-a-week job and a family and, you know, things to do. So I haven't had the time to just sit there and just play Sonic. And there's other things, and it's just other things to do right now. But I do appreciate that it exists. And I'm also looking forward to the other updates. I actually had to open up a picture because I forgot all the stuff that they said was in Update 2. I know that they said on Twitter that Update 2 is going to have a lot of the, like, quality of life stuff. Like, there's some quality of life stuff in this one, but they've said on Twitter that they're really, like, going to put a lot of it into parts 2 and 3. But I think they're mainly, like, pushing into part 2. But anyway, as far as that goes, Update 2, apparently that's going to be around Sonic's birthday, which is kind of cool. And then it's going to have some things for the open zone, like some challenges there and different types of Coco. I'm interested in what that all is. And if it's the quality of this first update, I think we're going to be doing pretty good. But of course, you know, the one I'm looking forward to the most is part 3. Looking forward to being able to play as Knuckles, Tails, Amy. Just because I totally called that. I'm interested in, so I've beaten the game, obviously. So it's going to be a situation where I just get them and then I'm able to do whatever I want with them. I'm assuming it's just going to be like, here you go. Now you can play as these guys. I'm interested if they're going to do the thing the way, because they actually in the video that I was talking about with and either one of them, I was talking about, I believe it was in the Please Be Good Sonic Frontiers video. I mentioned that Amy should be unlocked first and then Knuckles and then Tails because flying is busted. And it's funny because I get the feeling that that's the exact way that you're going to unlock them when Update 3 comes in, just because of the fact, like, you know, like I said, I already beat the game, so I'm pretty sure I would just get them. But if you're playing through the game, I get the feeling that it's gonna, rather than them being like, well, maybe it'll be like they're still trapped and you can only use them on certain islands. But if it's not like that, you just get them to go wherever, then I even called the order. Like I said, call me a Sonic Prophet. I'm pretty cool. It shows in Update 3, yeah, it says new story. I'm looking at the picture, like I said. I forgot that, so the new story thing is, I'm pretty sure is related around Sage, because Sage is cool. It'd be weird if they were like, and now Sage is playable, because she just kind of floats and teleports. Like, I don't think she's really conducive to the gameplay style, but there are already leaks, or like you can look in the game files and you can see that they have ones for Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. So I'm pretty sure those are the 3 playable characters, but it's pretty cool. And I called it, and I was like, this is totally cool. And I'm interested, what if they still somehow throw Shadow in here? Like, look, he doesn't need to be in every single game, but it would be kind of funny if they just tossed him in there just for the fans. And everyone would be like, oh, it's Shadow. And plus they said new story. Maybe Shadow just comes to the Starfall Islands, or maybe Big the Cat is playable. Who knows? He's already in the game. But anyway, this is just kind of a rambly video. I was just excited about the fact that I totally called it. I called it, and I'm a genius, and I'm the most coolest Sonic guy of all time. And you guys should totally like, comment, and subscribe if you want to hear more cool predictions. Like, Soliana is going to be in the next Sonic game. Yeah.